I'm here today to share one of the best meta comps in the game right now, which is the Gem Splitter Deflecto combo. In this video, I'll show you guys how to play this comp, when to go for it, and common mistakes to avoid. First off, I'd like to say sorry that I haven't been posting on YouTube recently. I've been on the rank 1 grind for the past couple of weeks, which kept me busy, but I did manage to hit it, which is very cool. Anyways, back to the topic of the video. The core of this comp is Gem Splitter. This card was originally meta alongside Ground Shaker before both got nerfed. But now Gem Splitter is re-added alongside all the gem buff shenanigans. This arguably makes it more OP because now all the key cards for this build are actually on Tavern 3. These are Gem Splitter, Deflectobot, Prickly Piper, and Moonbacon Jazzer. The key idea is to generate a full hand of buffed gems from Gem Splitter and then using those gems to make your Deflectobots huge. Some other cards you typically include are Noyotron that has a replicating menace so it acts as a reset, and also Prophet Devourer to give you some free scaling while you get your setup going. Now let's talk about when to go for this comp. Obviously you can't force this comp in mech war lobbies, but you can set yourself up extremely well to play it with a Noyotron and a Prophet of the Boar. Having these cards early game will allow you to easily buy cards such as Gem Splitter, Moonbacon Jazzer, Prickly Piper, all which are very important to this build. I would say having a Prickly Piper early is the most important, while the other pieces can be sprinkled in. As for mistakes, one of the common mistakes I see on ladder is leveling to 4 way too early. Why is this so bad? Yes, it gives you an extra shop spot, but also you have to realize that adding 4 drops to your pool is really bad. You actually don't want to buy any 4 drops when you play this build because the scaling on 3 is just so much better. It's definitely not worth the 5 gold or 4 gold to level and you're just diluting your pool. The other common mistake I sometimes see, although it's less impactful, is keeping Prickly Piper a little too long. From my experience, 5 attack is usually good enough to make your Deflectos huge, and you don't really need more attack than that. Of course, try to keep it as long as possible, but if you're going to lose if you keep it, then don't hesitate to sell it. This point will be pretty clear when we go over one of my games. Of course, you can't really go wrong with more health, so just buy every Moonbacon Jazzer you see still. Let's quickly go over my most recent game to rank 1 so I can show you guys just how easy to pull off this comp is. This is a game played by me at like 16.3k MMR, so it's pretty high elo lobby. We have Tavish, Bigglesworth, Curator, and Eudora. It's probably never Eudora or Curator. I don't think those heroes are very good. So I was thinking between Cat and Tavish. Aegis Replay obviously prefers Tavish. The first thing I look at is that it's a mech boar lobby, and so I'm already looking to play Deflecto Gem Splitter. So then I'm like, okay, so if I'm going to play Deflecto Gem Splitter, the Cat hero power might just burn my. The gems just might burn my Cat hero power, so that's already something I'm thinking about. So that's why I prefer Tavish over Cat here. Even though I know Tavish is a boring hero, the tempo should give me enough time to build up this very strong comp. Yeah. So turn 1, Micro Mummy, pretty standard. Not gonna go into specifics of where to aim because honestly I don't play this hero that much either. So just wing it is what I'd say. The early game's not that interesting. Oh, let's take a look at why I decided to go 3-on-3. So this is the shop. It's either buy the sewer rat and roll twice, which feels really bad, or leveling. And as I said, if you want to play Splitter Shaker, like your key cards are in tier 3, right? So I think leveling makes a lot of sense instead of double buying. If it were a worse 3-drop lobby, like there's no boars, I might consider staying down more, but in this lobby you for sure want to level. So yeah, that's what I do. I go 3-on-3, and my opponent actually eventually also decides to go 3-on-3. Yeah, I tie this fight, which is pretty nice. This is my 3-on-3 shop. Not much else to do besides buy two. Feels kind of bad, but yeah, there's no way you're rolling here. So yeah, I buy the two best units. Okay, so the next turn, my shop is Prickly Piper and Moonbacon Jazzer, and that pretty much gives me the green light to just play in Forest Kobolds. Um, yeah, like if you get offered it's a good direction. It wins games. Just buy. I wouldn't. I'd probably not buy the Jazzer on its own, but with the Prickly Piper, you definitely want to buy the Jazzer because you're almost certainly going Kobolds. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, I like this form of review because I can just talk about the game so much faster than if I just show the VOD. But we'll see how it goes. This is my shop now. Pretty easy buying. Pretty easy to buy the Deflect on the Prickly Piper. Usually you buy the 3/3 demon if it fills out your board because even though you do take 3 damage, first of all you gain a gold. Second of all, it's probably strong enough to the point where it saves you 3 HP. So it's it's usually worth it to just fill out your board early game. I would say like turn 6 and before, it's just a buy. Now here I'm faced with an interesting decision. I have a double menace shop. Double menace. So what's going through my head probably is menace is a good card, but it's not like a key card. Like it's not scaling. So I could buy it and it's probably slightly stronger. It's kind of a waste of gold. Um, it's not terrible to buy to be honest, because like it's pretty strong, but I wanted to look for scaling cards like in my mind Prophet of the Boar, um, and Gem Splitter were just way too important, and Menace is replaceable. Like I can find a reset at any point, so that's why I decided to skip it. But buying it would not be terrible as well, I would say. Um, yeah, you can tell like it's a pretty tough decision for me, but yeah, I do decide to skip it. Losing this fight as well. So after going 3-on-3, I am losing every fight, which is quite unfortunate, but understandable because I bought pretty low tempo units. So we should try to stabilize real quick. So now my shop is Gem Splitter, which is yes the most important card of this comp. So I'm pretty happy to see that. You just snap by every Moonbacon Jazzer. Even though I don't really have gem generation, I now have the Gem Splitter. Looking to buy any Divine Shield, so that one will do for sure. Mm, so yeah, we just double sell for that. Um, a Noyotron's a good one. A Noyotron's generally a pretty good buy on this comp because it is a taunt and the Divine Shield, so it protects your units, and it can be menaced later. So yeah, usually you do want to menace the Noyotron. And yeah, so I'm losing this fight, so I'm below cap. When you're below cap this early on, you want to be really careful to not just get one shot. That'll be very bad. So yeah, let's see what happens this pivotal turn, I would say. Like this turn is very important to get right. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still not leveling to 4. Leveling to 4 is just a mistake here. Because I probably explained as I explained before, like you're pretty much only buying 3 drops. So I roll into this good shop, but I'm really scared of dying. So I'm gonna sell off the Prickly Pipers here. The reason why I do this is because the spawn of N'Zoth is a lot stronger, and as I've said before, like I have 6 attack on my gems. I really don't need more. Like you guys are gonna see later on, even just 6 attack on my gems here, my deflectors are gonna get massive, like 200 plus attack. Like you really don't need to keep these pipers. Um, I know a lot of chat was telling me they would have sold the spawn here. That like spawn can easily make the difference between like sometimes even dying and living. So yeah, see like people are like could kick spawn. Definitely could, but yeah, I think keeping spawn is much better because you don't really need attack again. So yeah, very pivotal decision there. Obviously freezing the Jazzer. And now I have my scaling engine going and I'm probably chilling like the rest of the game. Like I can just ride this setup. Um definitely want to reset. Definitely want uh a menace, as many menaces as possible. But you guys can watch this fight and see like whether you think the spawn made a difference or not. But I think it did. Like it makes the breakpoints in general better. Let's see here. So the 3-5, that breakpoint didn't matter. That breakpoint didn't matter. That breakpoint didn't matter. That breakpoint definitely mattered. So yeah, probably have much better odds because of this one. It also acted as a pretty good bumper. So yeah, definitely buying the Jazzer. Now I'm just for sure rolling for a reset and menace. Like those are the main cards I'm looking for. So I'm rolling it down. Can't really find a reset. The Cogware Copter is okay, but kind of a waste of gold. Like I'm never gonna use it. So the Prickly Piper is interesting, but as I've said before, my attack is enough. More than 6 attack, I would say it is kind of overkill. So probably just gonna roll here. But yeah, I would really like a reset. Oh, what? Am I buying? I don't think you buy the Prickly Piper. That? I don't think I buy that. Buying this is kind of I'm buying a worse pup bot basically. Okay. Um yeah, so I just bricked my whole turn. So I mean now that I have the setup, I don't feel bad leveling. It's turn 9. You see it costs 2. I would probably only level when it costs like 1 or 2. Like not when it costs like 4 or 5. That's way too expensive. But yeah. Very bad turn, but honestly still might be good enough here. Against the Rag, 29% to lose. Ended up not losing. Got 8 gems, very nice. So you can see like how strong this scaling is. The Scout could give me a reset. Yeah, that's why I buy it. I like how I like how I agree with my own plays. Makes me pretty happy. Yeah, just rolling for a reset. That's Triple Deflecto is never good. Don't ever Triple Deflecto. Just not even like this comp specifically, just in general. Just if you're playing into those Deflectos, just don't triple it. So I'm still bricking on every reset in the game, which is very frustrating. So yeah, I once again didn't change my board, but the good thing is I do have passive scaling, so it's not like I'm very weak. So yeah, we just play the Necrolite. Want to take it off the Tough Tusk because Tough Tusk isn't part of my final build. Tough Tusk was just for tempo, so we took the gems off of that. Yeah. Tavish got buffed, so now on turn 10 it deals 16 damage, which it still doesn't matter. I feel like the Tavish change didn't doesn't impact much. It doesn't make it magically a good hero. But but 16 damage is funny. So yeah, we're winning this fight. Once again, Triple Deflecto is terrible. Triple Deflecto is terrible. Still rolling for a reset. Really need that reset. It's honestly a pretty big low roll that I don't have a menace or a reset yet. But you can just see the sheer power of this comp. Like even without a reset, I'm just like winning fights. It's pretty insane. So finally, I roll into a Harvest Golem. Definitely gonna buy that. Nothing in the shop is that interesting. So yeah. Buy the Harvest Golem. Damn. Took me a long time to buy that Harvest Golem. So yeah. That's pretty much the comp. Like I'm not doing much from this point on. Um like the most important part of this game was the mid game for sure. But yeah, once you get past the mid game, it's pretty smooth sailing from here. Like there's no decisions to be made. What I'm looking for are like minor improvements. Like I'm definitely thinking about because Undead are in. I'm definitely thinking about Soul Splitter plus Tidewalker. Definitely thinking about Leroy. Thinking about maybe a buff straight shot. It all depends on like my future opponents. Like adapt. So the main the main thing about endgames is all about adapting to your opponents. Like Tidewalker plus Soul Splitter is very good against certain comps, but very bad against others. So it's just like if people are playing beasts, I won't go for poison. I'll go for straight shot instead, like Sindari straight shot. So yeah, it just depends on what I'm facing. Getting a full hand of gems every turn is pretty good. So yeah, honestly, the game's not that interesting anymore. The module is good. The straight shot isn't very good against this opponent, so I'm probably gonna skip it. Find the sun bacon because I can, I think, because I want to replace the tough tusk. Um, yeah. So, oh, one important thing that I should talk about when you play deflecto comp in general doesn't have to be with gem splitters, but when you play a deflecto bot in general, you really don't want to buff your reset to more than 3 HP. So as you can see, I'm leaving this 1-2 mummy on the board, and I'm probably going to keep it as a 1-2 the whole game. Like a lot of people might buff it just to give it some attack, but keeping at 2 HP to play around Blaster is super important. Because if they Blaster you and then your Deflecto loses a shield and runs into a Mantid, it's really bad. Like you want to protect your Deflectos against Blaster. So yeah, that's why you keep your second reset at 2 HP here. Fast forward, I triple Gem Splitter, took into a 6 drop. Blah blah blah, trash. I'm winning this fight. Keep rolling for nothing. Bought Necrolite just cause. Oh, it's probably because I want to sell out of this Annoyotron, so the Necrolite's pretty good actually. I end up selling it now. Yeah. Also the Gem Splitter. Just buying a bacon because I can. And now it's top 2. He's playing Cold Wars, by the way, just so you know. So that's why I buy the Tidewalker. Definitely on the lookout for Soul Splitter as well. Soul Splitter Tidewalker is a very strong combo late game. Almost almost burned the gem there, but didn't. And this is just pretty much my comp. Like I can for the final fight, I can definitely sell the Gem Splitter for Soul Splitter, and that'd be a lot better. But honestly, this is just strong enough. Usually. Let's see what he's playing. Blaster, Baron. So he's not what I expected. I aimed low to snipe off Leroy's and stuff. But yeah, Blaster. As you can see, the Mummy acting as Blaster Protect is very strong. Tidewalker is pretty strong as well. So yeah, pretty easy win from here. I'm buffing this Tidewalker out of Blaster range in case he decides to put his Macaw first. That's what I was scared of. And we can just watch this final fight, but as you can see, it's like 100% win. Like ever since you get your setup going, like you just cannot lose with this comp. It's so insane. Positioned pretty well too, using the Mummy as both Blaster Protect and Cleave Protect. And yeah, that's basically the game. Thanks so much for sticking with me. I hope you can use this strategy in your games and climb very fast in Mech plus Cold War lobbies. Definitely let me know in the comments whether you'd prefer me commentating over the VODs or just the VOD itself. Also, remember to like and subscribe for free MMR. I'll be posting way more frequently. See you in the next video.